morning, boys and girls. Today we have a book called Squirrels. I thought it was an interesting book about mammals. Squirrels by Brian Wildsmith. It is a true book about squirrels. So we call it fiction. It is easy to recognize a squirrel. He is a small, furry animal with long, bushy tail, 2 strong back legs, 2 small front paws, 2 large tufted ears which stick up, and 2 big front teeth. He looks happy and mischievous. Mischievous means he's going to get into some trouble. In summertime, the squirrel's coat is quite thin, but in wintertime it grows thick and strong. He seems to have little socks on his feet and warm fur gloves on his front paws because the fur grows so thick there. Squirrels live in trees. Sometimes their home is a hole in an old tree trunk. Sometimes it's high up in a tree top on an abandoned top of the tree. Squirrels build beautiful homes for themselves in treetops. These are called drays. A dray has 2 rooms, one of which is like a nursery for the babies. Their sharp claws give them a strong hold on the trunk of a tree so they can scamper both up and down with great speed. Probably no animal in the world uses his tail for so many different purposes. When a squirrel leaps through the air from tree to tree, he can use his tail as a parachute and even helps him change directions. And when a squirrel swims, as he does sometimes, he can use his tail as like a sail, like on a boat. When he scurries along on the bough of the tree, he can use it to balance and guide himself. And when a squirrel sleeps, he wraps his tail around him like a blanket. Look how sweet that picture is. Twice a year in the spring and at the end of the summer, the female squirrel has her young, usually 3 or 4 babies at a time. For 7 weeks, the mother gives them milk. Then they are ready for squirrels' favorite food, nuts, acorns, wheat, and fruit. I know the acorns at our house, the squirrels at our house really like to eat the pumpkins when we have Halloween. Sometimes squirrels will steal birds' eggs, and they really like mushrooms. In the last weeks of autumn, squirrels become very busy gathering nuts and acorns to eat during the winter. They carry them in their cheek pouches and hide them from all kinds of nooks and holes around about the trees where they live. Later on, they come back to look for them, but quite often they forget where they have hidden their stores and dig in several places before they can find them. Squirrels are delightful little creatures, but they can be destructive. In a garden, they like to pull up new plants, eat bulbs, and even bite the tops off of very young trees. Next time you walk in the woods, if you are quiet, and observant, you will perhaps see a squirrel be contented and busy. They might be jumping from tree to tree, frolicking on trunks and boughs, or possibly hiding a store of nuts for the winter. So boys and girls, today I want you to really go outside and look at a squirrel. Find a squirrel, just look at him, watch what he's doing. He might be running up a tree, scampering up a tree. He might be jumping from tree to tree. So look at a squirrel. And then there are so many beautiful pictures in this book. Like, look at this tree with bright colors. I don't think a tree really has bright colors, but this author used its imagination to make the pictures beautiful and bright. So, with some kind of art that you have at home, I want you to make a beautiful, bright picture of a squirrel doing something that you observed today with your eyes. Use your eyes today to observe a squirrel doing something outside. And then I want you to make a beautiful, bright picture covering the whole page and put it on our Facebook page so we can all see it. Have a great day, and I will see kindergartners today at 2 o'clock on Zoom.